Well, back to work.
I kinda expected that this will happen. I had these thoughts that during the server slam we will have much more PvP than we will have in the actual game, because we will filter out all the free-to-play people that just wanted to play some shooters, and now we are witnessing what this game is probably becoming.
Don't shoot!
Hi man. Hi guys.
No.
We are friendly, don't shoot.
Same here, we got main strength.
Perfect. And it's interesting that it could have turned out anyway, depending on the exposure, how this game was perceived by the people.
But the people are retarded.
If this game was perceived more like an extraction shooter, similar to Tarkov, similar to other extraction shooters that are on the market, probably we would not see so many friendlies. And what actually moved the needle, in my opinion, is that the developers buffed arcs. So now people are really thinking about, should we actually team up against arcs and not shoot each other? And also the developers did a great job, in my opinion, in terms of the quest. Like, everyone has something to do. When they are going on a raid, they have some stuff that needs to be done. Whether it's find some specific loot or like visit that location, you know the quests in this game. And people are actually helping each other to do the quests, because like some of the locations are pretty obscure. I still couldn't find like where to use most of the keys. Like in the buried city, they have some JFK key from some building, from some company, and I don't know where to use it, but I don't want any spoilers. Also wanted to touch on this a little bit. I guess we have all seen all those videos about meta weapons ranking, tier list, all the secrets, the best beginner start and such and such. I always watch those videos in the past for almost every game that I played. With time I realized how much do they ruin my experience of the game. Especially games like Elden Ring. When the Elden Ring came out, I didn't skip on those videos, and I looked up the location of a somber smithing stone 7, and it kinda ruined the game for me when I found it too early. But when the DLC came out, I was like out of the grid. I didn't watch anything about this until I will basically 100% this game. So the same with Arc Raiders. If I don't know something, if I don't know the location, if I don't know anything about the weapons, I will avoid looking anything. I want to discover everything in this game on my own. This game is pretty big in terms of how many things you can discover by yourself, and I think it's not a game about meta loadout. It's a game about just testing stuff, just role-playing, discovering new things by yourself, finding new weapons. Most of the time you will not be able to consistently craft all those best weapons, in my opinion. The point is to adapt to whatever you have, and I think that's where the most fun is. When I don't want to use any of the good weapons that I found, I'm just crafting Pharaoh and upgrading it to level 4. That's all. That's my main white gray weapon, especially against arcs, which are, as you probably know from my previous video, most common enemy. So the situation is that right now, if you go with a squad, there will be a lot more PvP. It's usually PvP focused when you go with a squad, especially on a map that has lower difficulty. If it's solo, it's just tiny open world 20-minute game with a lot of other players that are just doing their own stuff. I would say that the friendliness removed a little bit of that tension, but it did not make the game less enjoyable, because you kind of succeed more. You extract much more often because you have some help. You figure out quests, you figure out locations more often, you team up, you defeat arcs better. When you extract, of course, you will get the dopamine spike that everything is great, but at the same time, right now when I'm entering the building and I'm hearing footsteps, I just can go, "Don't shoot," and I hear a reply, "Don't shoot," and you can just loot around the building without any tension, without trying to be stealthy and crouching and not making any noise. I've seen all of your comments on the previous video. I'm very grateful that so many people watched it and so many people resonated with it. And I've seen some of the comments, for example, that this game needs PvE. I wouldn't mind to see what the developers could do with PvE, but I think, what do you mean by you want PvE in this game? It's already kind of PvE. PvE is just removing friendly fire, removing the ability to damage other players. Helldivers is a PvE mode, but you can kill your allies, so it has friendly fire. You can do the same with this game. PvP is not really incentivized, especially if you're going against a lot of arcs. Or PvE is what? That you cannot loot the other player, but this will also not work because if another player died from an arc and he has some great weapons on him, that means that you cannot loot that person to take his weapons or something. I don't think it works at all, and I think the game is great right now where it is, and it will be evolving by itself. Yesterday we crashed the servers. The game surpassed 350,000 people, and I guess that was some sort of a limit for them because on the server slam they had like 160k at max, so they thought, all right, we'll take it, we'll double it, this will probably be enough. No, it was not enough. Literally suffering from success. In my opinion, a very deserved success. So many times I thought about role-playing as a bad guy, trying to snipe someone to catch them off guard. And I thought that maybe I should try it out. It will show me my shadow side, you know, like psychology stuff. Like what I realized that even when I was doing something like that, I just felt bad afterwards. I did not feel good at all. I just ruined someone's game, but I guess that is the game. But at the same time, this game is very immersive. And the fact that this game uses chat, proximity chat, as its core element, as its core mechanic, it is not just a bonus.
Try to relapse your anus. I promise I will be gentle with you. Just relax it.
Talking to the person that you just downed and realizing that that person is cool and they are just chill and they were just doing their stuff and you fucking ruined everything for them. And I mean, like, that's the game. Maybe it's a problem of me, because in the games like Baldur's Gate or any RPG, when I try to pick the evil choices, I just couldn't manage it. I couldn't complete a game that way. I never could even go through chapter 1 of Baldur's Gate as Dark Urge, like evil walkthrough. So it's the same in this game. From what I've read on Reddit, from what I've seen in the comments, the fact that there are so many friendlies, like, it's not everyone's experience. A lot of people are saying, yeah, everyone is friendly to the point that it's even boring. But some people are saying these are just streamers lying to you, so you wanted to play this game, but eventually you will get shot on sight all the time and such and such. And I'm like, that's not my experience. And that's what makes it cool. Yeah, we are at the point that solos are very friendly, but not like 100% PvE friendly. There is still a tension there. And that tension is one of the core aspects of this game that makes it so good. In 3 days of solo queuing Arc Raiders, I socialized more than I did for like past year in real life. I talked to so many random people, and I was always scared of talking to random people for some reason, especially in video games on the microphone. And I'm still very awkward. I still forget English. If I would stream it, it would be just a fucking embarrassment. But we had so many amazing moments, epic moments, and I just want to tell you that, yeah, that I'm really enjoying this game, and I hope you guys are too. Appreciate all the attention that the previous video got, and I'm glad that there are like people that can relate to the stuff that I'm experiencing. So, all right.